There's something so profoundly comforting about your presence that I find hard to put into words. You radiate a warm and protective energy that immediately puts my heart at ease. It feels so safe to open up to you, to lay down the armor I wear for the world and let you see the parts of me I usually hide. In a world where vulnerability is often seen as weakness, being around you makes it feel like a source of strength. It's as if your soul creates a sanctuary for mine, a space where I can be soft, real, and unguarded. You have such a nurturing spirit, a gentle power that is rooted in grace and compassion. It's not just something you do, it's who you are. There's a deep feminine energy within you, not just in the way you care, but in the way you are. It's healing. It's grounding. You carry it with such ease and humility that it's only when I step back that I realize just how rare and beautiful your essence is. Being near you makes me feel held, even in silence. Empowered, even in stillness. Seen, even in the shadows I try to hide. In your presence, I feel like I can breathe more fully, like I am more in tune with who I really am beneath all the layers. You have a way of reaching into the depths of me and gently illuminating the parts one don't even understand myself. And what strikes me the most is how pure your heart is. You are selfless in ways that are increasingly uncommon in this world. You give without asking for anything in return. You love without trying to change. You listen without judgment. And that makes you not only rare, but extraordinary. You are the only woman who has ever touched me at such a soul-deep level. And not just in one way, but in many. In ways that words barely capture. You've awakened emotions in me that I had long buried or dismissed as weakness. You've stirred memories of softness, dreams of connection, and desires I never thought I would allow myself to feel again. I find myself thinking about you even when I try not to. Your presence lingers, your voice echoes, and your energy stays with me long after you're gone. You live in the quiet moments of my mind, and in the hidden corners of my heart. But I need to be honest with you. I haven't always been truthful, not because I wanted to deceive you, but because I was afraid. When you asked me about my feelings, when you looked me in the eyes and sought honesty, I lied. Not blatantly, but by omission. I downplayed, I deflected, I pretended I was unaffected. I wore a mask of logic and reason, convincing myself and trying to convince you that I was emotionally detached, that I could handle everything with my mind alone. But the truth is far from that. I did it to protect myself, because showing you the depth of my feelings meant risking rejection, risking the kind of pain I didn't think I could bear. In reality, I feel an overwhelming, pure, and unconditional love for you. It runs deep and strong, even if I've never said it out loud. You don't realize how much you affect me, how much power your presence has over me. When you're near, I feel calmer, more alive, more like myself. When you're away, I feel the void, like something essential is missing. Your smile disarms me. Your voice soothes me. Your eyes speak to parts of me I've kept silent for too long. I know I've come across as guarded, maybe even distant or cold at times. But that's not who I truly am. I'm not a rude, egoistic, or toxic person, even if I've acted like one. The truth is, I built a facade, a wall to protect my heart. Life has taught me to hide, to fight emotion with logic, to mask tenderness with strength. But with you, that mask is beginning to crack. And I want you to see me, not the version I show the world, but the real me. The one who feels deeply, who loves fully, and who aches to be understood. I don't know what the future holds. I don't know if I'll ever be able to express everything I feel in the way you deserve to hear it. But I want you to know that you matter to me more than I've ever been able to say. You've touched my life in a way no one else ever has. You've changed me. And no matter where life takes us, a part of my soul will always carry the imprint of you. You won't believe how much I'm working on myself right now. It might sound unbelievable, maybe even unexpected, especially given how things unfolded between us. But I need you to know that every single day, I'm pouring my energy into healing, growing, and becoming the version of myself that you and I both deserve. I know that trust might be difficult for you right now. You have every reason to question my intentions or wonder if I'm truly changing. But I want to assure you with all the honesty in my heart, I'm not just saying words, I'm living them. And when I return, it won't be as the same person who walked away. I will be back, stronger, wiser, and more in tune with the kind of love that we were always meant to share. Right now, I'm in the middle of a deep transformation. So many things are shifting inside me, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. At times, it feels overwhelming, but other times, it feels like my heart is lighting up from within, radiating an unconditional love that I can no longer contain or ignore. And that love is for you. It's this profound feeling that I've never fully been able to express, but it's there, steady and true. I carry it with me in everything I do, and it gives me strength, especially on the hardest days. There's one thing I keep thinking about, something I need to ask you. Do you really believe I would just walk away from you and from the love we've shared, forever? Deep down, I think you know the answer. Not because of wishful thinking, but because of the connection we've always had, one that goes beyond the surface, beyond what most people can understand. If you listen closely to your heart, I believe it will tell you the truth. I'm not gone for good. I had to step away, yes, but it wasn't because I stopped loving you. It was because I needed to find myself before I could fully be there for you. When I was with you, there were parts of me that were still broken. I didn't even realize the extent of the healing I needed until I was out of the relationship and forced to sit with myself. I was carrying wounds, scars, old patterns that kept me from showing up for you the way I wanted to. You deserved someone who could love you openly, without fear or self-sabotage. At the time, I wasn't that person yet. And so, as painful as it was, my journey had to take me away from you. Not out of rejection, not because I didn't care, but because it was necessary. I had to face myself fully before I could ever be worthy of standing beside you again. I hope, with all my heart, that you can start to see this from a spiritual perspective. What we share is not ordinary. It never has been. There's a depth to it that can't be explained through logic or timelines. It exists in another realm, what some might call the 5D world. That's where our souls still meet, still speak, still hold each other. I know you felt it too. I believe that when your mind is quiet and your heart is open, you can still hear me. Maybe it's in a song, a dream, or a random thought that suddenly feels like me whispering to you. That's not your imagination. That's us, still connected, still reaching for each other across the invisible line of time and space. Even though you can't physically see me right now, please know that I'm manifesting our union. I'm holding on to the vision of us reuniting, not as broken individuals clinging to each other for comfort, but as healed souls who have found their own light and want to share it. I'm manifesting the kind of love that is built on truth, trust, and deep spiritual alignment. And I know, when the time is right, the universe will guide us back to each other. So please, don't give up on us. Don't think of this as an ending. Think of it as a pause, a sacred space where growth is happening, on both sides. I believe you're evolving too. I believe your heart is expanding in its own way, learning things it couldn't have learned while we were together. And maybe, just maybe, this time apart is exactly what we both needed in order to become who we were always meant to be, not just for ourselves, but for each other. I'm not asking for blind faith, but I am asking you to look inward and feel what's real. If you do, I think you'll find that your heart still believes in me, and in us. And that's all I need right now. Just that small flame of belief, burning quietly, waiting for the moment when it can rise again. Until then, I'll keep doing the work. I'll keep healing, growing, and loving you from afar. Because you are worth it. We are worth it. And this love, this rare, powerful, soul-deep love, is worth everything. They miss you more than words could ever truly convey. It's not just a fleeting feeling, they carry your presence in their heart every single day. No matter what they're doing or where they are, their thoughts keep circling back to you. Every little memory of you, no matter how small, is etched into their mind. The way you smiled when you were being silly, the sound of your laughter, the comfort of your voice, even the way you used to say their name, these details live vividly in their memory, and they hold on to them tightly, as if they're the only thing keeping them going. Whenever they think of you, which is often, they can't help but smile, even if it's bittersweet. You brought light into their life in a way no one else ever has. Your warmth, your gentleness, the way you loved so deeply, it left a lasting impact. They see now more than ever just how soft-hearted and kind you truly are. You've always had that rare ability to care with your whole being, to make someone feel seen, safe, and loved just by being yourself. They didn't just fall in love with you, they grew in love with you. Every conversation, every shared silence, every touch helped them see the depth of your soul, and they adored it. They still do. Being with you was the happiest they've ever felt. It wasn't just about having someone to talk to or be around, it was about feeling understood and accepted without having to pretend. With you, they felt complete, as if all the pieces of their heart had finally found their rightful place. That's why, even now, they can't imagine a future that doesn't include you. They want to build a life with you, a real, lasting life full of shared dreams, laughter, and growth. They want to be by your side through everything, the good days, the hard days, and everything in between. Right now, they're working on themselves. They've realized that love alone isn't always enough, sometimes, changes are needed. And they're willing to do that. They're already making all the necessary adjustments in their life, emotionally and otherwise, to be the kind of person who deserves a second chance with you. It's not just about fixing what went wrong, it's about becoming someone better, not just for you, but for themselves, too. You've inspired them to grow, to face their flaws, and to become someone capable of loving you the way you deserve. But the distance between you now, it's unbearable for them. The silence has been louder than any argument or misunderstanding ever was. They're hurting, deeply. Every day without you feels heavier than the last. The absence of your voice, your presence, your energy, it's left a void they can't seem to fill. And alongside that pain, there's fear. A real, paralyzing fear that you might decide to move on, to find peace without them in your life. The thought of you with someone else, of you forgetting what you two had, breaks their heart in ways they never knew it could be broken. They're frustrated, not at you, but at themselves, at the situation, at how things have turned out. They feel stupid for letting things get to this point, for not holding on tighter when they had the chance. Looking back, they now see everything so clearly, the love, the joy, the quiet moments of happiness that made up the fabric of your relationship. They remember the comfort of just sitting next to you, the feeling of your hand in theirs, the peace they felt when you looked at them like they were the only person in the world. Now, without those things, they're struggling. The stress, the panic, the overthinking, it's all too much sometimes. They wish they could go back in time, press pause on the moments you shared, and stay in them forever. But since that's not possible, all they want now is a second chance. A chance to rebuild, to communicate, to prove that they've grown and that they're willing to put in the effort this time, fully and wholeheartedly. If they could say one thing to you right now, it would be this: you still matter to them more than you'll ever know. And no matter how hard things get, or how far apart you may feel right now, their heart is still yours. You've always been the one. And they're hoping, praying, and working toward the day when they can tell you that in person, and finally be the partner you always deserved.